Hey everybody, coming at you from my backyard. Uh, every camper, outdoorsy type person, bushcrafter, survivalist has heard of the Emberlit, the little twig backpacker stove. It is just a marvel of engineering. It folds down to next to nothing. It burns twigs. It's wonderful. Well, this is made by a USA company from Utah called Merck Wares. Now, the owner of Merck Wares, Mikhail, I think that's how I pronounce his name. He created the Emberlit and he owns the company. It's made here in America. Now, he is an innovator and an inventor, always on the lookout for the next greatest thing. Well, he has created the ultimate portable fire pit. The ultimate. And the way it's a double wall design with like a gasifier type quality, and it's 25 pounds, so it's not backpacking item, but it is a fire pit. And he sent one to me for testing. This is the prototype, and if there's enough interest generated in it, he's going to have a Kickstarter which should come out pretty soon. Right now, as of right now, there's no link for it, but I'm going to test this thing, and it's perfect for car camping. It fits in your Jeep, your truck, your car. It'll fit in your boat, your canoe. It's for snowmobiling. It's for your ATV, toboggan, sled. It takes up so little room for what it is. It's so much better than like just chopping off a 55-gallon drum and throwing wood in. Because I looked at the design and it's amazing. So let's quit wasting time. Let's chop some wood. Well, we're going to put it together first, then we're going to chop some wood, and then we are going to fire it off and see how it works. All right, first test. All right, prototype HearthFire fire pit, and here it is. It comes in a nice little carrying case. Now, the thing about this carrying case here is it doubles. It's double duty. It also works as a firewood carrying case, which is wonderful. So this thing, it snaps together. It's a very heavy Cordura, and it just snaps together all around, just like that. And so you can use it to put your firewood in and carry it, which is great. Now, here are the instructions. All right, Emberlit HearthFire. All right, that's what it looks like put together. It's a fire pit, and it's a double wall thing. Now, it shows you exactly how to put it together. Slide two together, slide them all together, slide the grill in. Now, this is showing the little grate as being upside down. I thought it might go the other way, but it goes down into the bottom. And then this right here goes into the base. It says wear gloves when handling parts. Well, I think it's a good idea to have leather gloves along just for the simple fact of dealing with fire. So, all right, let's look at this thing here, this bad boy. This thing's awesome. Let's go ahead and put some gloves on. This is a double wall design, and it has the same tabs as the small Emberlit backpacker type stove that slips together just like this. And as you can see, it's got its double wall, and what it does is as this thing draws, you got to have oxygen to burn, and so as the inside gets hot, it draws oxygen in and pulls it out, and then the oxygen is fed in here, and when wood burns, it puts off a gas, a wood gas. And so sometimes it's an incomplete burn, and when you see the wood coming up, I mean the fire coming up, you'll see that blurry looking vision. Well, those are the wood gases escaping. Well, if you can feed them with oxygen by creating a draw from this heat, then you can burn it. It's a double burn, and there will be nothing left, no charcoal. It'll just be white ash. But see, these are both made that way. Those two sides are made that way. Set this down on the ground. Then we got two more sides here. There's a third side just like it. Now this thing it's cool. It's got the proudly displayed the Emberlit HearthFire USA. And I don't think none of this stuff's plasma cut. I think it's all laser cut, which is cool. Now the bottom here, let's see. He's working on a grill. He's designing a grill for it. Now see that right there? That thing goes just in there like that. Now, the instructions show, I think the instructions are wrong, honestly, because why would you have this go down like that when you have slots in it? So I am going to put it right there just like that so that there's a little bit of airspace in it. And I think that little bit of airspace is what helps the draw. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's try to put this other part together here. All right, so let's lay the front face down. Well, actually, let's get rid of this. I don't want to work on this, but you see what I'm talking about how this thing right here, it becomes a carrying bag. All right, so let's put together. Let's see, this goes this way. Now this is all brand new, so it takes a little bit of wiggling and wobbling to get it together. There you go. Let's see, now how do I want to do this? Let's overhang this on the table. Normally, you would do this on the ground, but I'm doing it up on this table here so that y'all can get a better view of how it works. Let me slide this off a little bit. Now, I think this thing weighs 25 pounds. Put this together. If I can put it together by myself, I'm sure that with 2 people, it will easily go together. You got to get it started right. Let's see, let's lean it out. There it goes. All right, I got that now. So now this is going to be the part that might be a doozy. You slide this. Yeah, I'm still on camera. You're going to slide this thing down. All right, it gets easier with the last part. And then let's flip this around so you can see what I'm doing. Now this part here, you have to kind of wiggle it and manipulate it down. Now I see why they say wear gloves. Okay. Oh, I get it. Look, you just drop it on. That's what it is. You don't have to pull it down real hard. You just drop it on and then slide it into place. Just like that. All right. Now let's go set the base down over here where we're going to have this thing. That's it. Oh, wait, real quick, like, let's take a peek here. As of right now, it's about 15 tall by 18 by 18. We'll look at it with the base on here in just a minute. So here's the bottom. It's got all the slots for that thing to sit in. Remember, legs fold up. So let's put this right here, just like that. Let's pick this up and set it on, and it should just drop in. Just like that. Yeah, it looks good to me, and see it's got air going in here. Now, the instructions, this is something, remember, I'm testing this. So whatever I see that I find out of place, if Michaela, if you're watching, is this meant to go in like this, or should that be drawn the other way? Because if you put this in this way, this will partially block these. Oh, never mind. I see now. Okay. Oh, never mind. The instructions are perfect. What it does, I didn't even realize these edges are tapered here. And what it does is with that taper, it doesn't sit all the way on the bottom. Look at that. There's about a 2-inch gap down there to where it will draw air. Okay, never mind, the instructions are right. All right, let's take another look at the height now. The finished height is 17.5 inches tall. All right, let's cut some wood and let's get this baby burning. See how fast that thing cuts them? That's because you get the full 30-inch of stroke on this bow saw. Now, different woods have different volatilities. In other words, they put off different gases as they burn. So I'm using a variety. This is from a crepe myrtle that got struck by lightning. This is red oak with the bark still on. This is a Tennessee loblolly pine with the bark removed. And then that's some more pine. Pine is usually the most volatile, but we're just going to mix and match everything to just see what happens. And these bow saws, like I said, they're 30-inch bow saws, and you have the full stroke, so they actually get the work done very fast. If anybody's wondering what the difference is between the green bow saw that has the little breakers in them, and then the dry blade bow saw, which is nothing but just sharp teeth, in reality the only difference is that the dry blade bounces more. All right, so let's get this fire going. Now, to me, I want to do a bed of the most crooked stuff that there is, because that way, let's move this stuff around. That way, when you've got a bed of crooked wood, it just seems like it allows to draw more air through. Now let's lay some sticks right in the middle, just like that. Lay some more sticks right in the middle, just like that. All right, now this will probably be a learning curve. There's probably going to be several different ways of building a fire, and there's different composures for wood. I mean, different, how should I say, there's going to be different setups for wood for how they gasify. And like I said, this is a first burn. Now, he's also, in his creating of this, he is also currently working on a grill that goes over the top of this. Now, I guess if push came to shove, you could just take the rack out of an oven or get a replacement one and set it on it, but it wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able to pack it away as good as the way this is. All right, now, where'd the lighter go? There it is. Now, let's do one more. Nah, 3 is enough. Alright, let's light this bad boy off. Forgot how this thing works. Nothing to it. Now, let's pile some more stuff on top. Fire loves chaos. Oh, let's see. All right, now I'm gonna break up some more small pieces and put them on there. Probably have to back the camera up here in a minute. I can't wait to see how this thing works. All right, let's back the camera up. I'm gonna pile some more on, then we'll put the big stuff on top. Now I've got that wood all piled on there. It's smoking right now because it's just getting going. But I've got it in, it's all in chaos. The wood is all in different directions because that way I'm allowing it to draw air in. Now, usually, if you have a volatile enough fire, sometimes you can take a dry leaf and let's see if I can find one. Sometimes you can take a dry leaf and you can see it actually sucking wind in. Nah, see, that's not going enough. Alright, I think I'm gonna pile a little bit more on top while it's got some serious flames in it. Piece of oak and a piece of pine. A couple more small pieces. Let's put this one right here. Put this one right here. This one here. All right. That thing's smoking like crazy. But let's just kick back. I'm not going to put any more wood on it for now. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Because you can see over there, I've got... there's still some wood left right here. But this is a full fire pit for now. It's smoking pretty bad, but let's just see what happens. I'll cut you back on in about 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, so we have smoke right now. And now if you look right above the flames, right inside that area, you'll see like it's almost like a blurriness. Alright, now that blurriness, what that is that's the wood gas coming off of it getting wasted. Now, my wild guess is once that thing heats up and the fire gets below those inner holes, that's when the gasification could start. Let's see, it's going to be drawing air. The little slots, the little slots is where it's going to draw air in for the primary fire. And then where it's got the holes on the outside with a little flame cut out of it, that is going to draw the air in for the secondary burn, and then it's going to feed oxygen in through the holes on the inside. And so that's what I'm excited to see about. And I do know that the composition of wood, like I say, it puts off a gas that sometimes gets wasted. And if you can introduce a secondary burn, you're getting everything you can. You're getting all the goodie out of the wood. But I haven't really I haven't researched the science of softwood and hardwood and off-gassing. So, you know, that's why I put a variety of wood in there. But that thing is putting off some heat. Alright, so let's just sit here. I'm gonna watch it burn. and then we're gonna see a flame start coming out them inner holes right there, like we're hoping for. I think it's still got some serious flames coming off of it. And I mean, I can feel the heat. It's not really that hot right now, but I can definitely feel the heat. The off-gassing hasn't started yet, so I'm just gonna wait and let it drop down. So far, this thing is so cool. I can hear all kinds of popping sounds. But I mean, that is putting off some kind of heat. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna let that burn on down, and then maybe we'll get some off-gassing going. I can catch it on camera. I don't know how long it'll take for it to happen, but we'll sit back and watch. All right, we have definitely achieved the no smoke level. Now occasionally, see, there's no smoke coming off, nothing but pure flames. Now occasionally, we're starting gasification. If you'll look very carefully on the hole, the 2 holes right on that side, you'll see flames starting to dance out of them. Right over in this corner, you can see flames coming out. Now that wood hasn't dropped down yet. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't know if I should or not, but oh, there it is. You can really see it coming out right there. I don't want to get the camera too close, but that second hole over, if you look carefully, you can see it coming out. Now I'm gonna take a stick and I'm gonna knock that wood down. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but I'm gonna do it. So I'm trying to get the wood below that level. Now, if I can do this without destroying my GoPro, I noticed on that other side, you can start to see the gasification. Oh, you can really see it now. Look over in this corner. This very, very corner at the top, you can see all 4 holes have flames just pouring out of it. That's it, folks. That is the money shot. And if you look at it very carefully, look, I think this other side is gasifying. Can't catch it on camera. You can definitely catch that side right over there gasifying, because now if you'll notice now, instead of the flames coming up in the middle, the flames are coming more around the edges. So that's showing you the reburn. It is definitely doing it on that side right there now. Maybe that's the wind direction. If you'll look, another thing, if you'll notice those holes along the side, you can see the flames swirling. So yeah, we got gasification. Rock on. That is awesome. Awesome. HearthFire. That is the most wicked fire pit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we got gasification. We don't have it in that corner over there. I don't know why that corner's still silver, but this side over here, that row of holes, it's just got flames just pouring out of those holes. Feeding the fire. All right, I'm gonna cut this off before the battery dies, and we're gonna let it drop down even further. I can't even get the camera close to it now, it's so hot. But if you look on this back side and this whole row of this side here now, we got some serious gasification going on. This thing is awesome. Well, like I said, he's still got some, you know, he's got some tweaking to do. He's got some stuff to do. And I think he's working with, you know, having a company sew the bags up where he didn't have to do it himself. And then he's working on testing the grill part. But I really hope this thing comes to manufacturing level to where it's marketed. This thing's incredible, because, you know, normally when you have to have a fire ring at a campsite, but I think this thing would qualify as taking the place. I'm gonna risk my GoPro once more. GoPros are waterproof, but they're not heat proof. And that back wall right there, if you can see through there, woo, it is gasifying. This thing's awesome. I've never seen such heat before. And see, that's some serious flames. All this whole wall is gasifying over here. You know, I guess what it is it gets to a point to where the wood is releasing the fumes, and that's when they're burning. Because this is all starting to get down to black charcoal. What I may do is, when it gets down real low, I'll throw some wood in down below where the holes are, and see what fresh wood does. Now, I think whatever wood gas properties are left are gone, because this is basically white ash and black charcoal. But this thing's burnt for over an hour, and I think that'd be great for a campsite, because then, you know, you don't have to continuously add wood. But what I'm going to do is, now that this thing's burnt down to a good bed of coals here, think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put 2 pieces of fresh wood right in the middle so that it's below these air hole feeds. And I'm gonna see what it does. All right. Because charcoal doesn't put off any kind of gas or fumes, but wood does. And I see those are below the line. All right. All right, I threw it in, and it may be too far below that line of holes. But I mean, that wood, it instantly turned into charcoal. This thing's like an incinerator. Every once in a while, you can see a little bit of the gasification coming out of those holes. You can see every once in a while, you can see the flames will start twirling up, and it'll grab oxygen out of those holes. All right, I think it was gasifying earlier, so it proved its point. It can be done, but this is such a large fire pit, I guess you have to have it really loaded down. So what I'm going to do now is, for the final part of the test, I'm just going to let this burn down, and if there's any charcoal left, that's an incomplete burn, that's incomplete combustion. But if it's nothing but ash, that is as complete as you can get. Now if you'll look on the inside right there, inside this Emberlit emblem, it's glowing red. Can you see that? So we're going to see if this thing warps. Oh, that's really glowing red there. That is glowing red. So I'm going to let it burn down, and then we're going to see how easily it comes apart. So it's been 3 hours. That's what it took for this thing to totally burn down. Now, it burnt almost to nothing. I mean, it incinerated. So, and there's still a little bit of coals in here. But anyway, this is basically what it looks like right here. So let's dump this out right here on the ground. And I'll get some water and dump it out. Now that's mostly ash with very, very little charcoal left in it. And this thing, it bent a little bit, but I mean, I had a ton of wood in there, a lot of wood in there. And this thing will still sit perfectly in there, and it's got that gap in it. So that thing worked pretty good right there. I'm just gonna wipe it off because, you know, like I said, I am a tester. I am testing this to see how well it works. And so I overloaded this thing with wood. I mean, I put tons and tons of wood in there. I even got the sidewalls to glowing. So let's pull this off. That seemed to come apart pretty good. The bottom here is mostly ash with very, very little charcoal. Very little. Now, the bottom didn't seem to warp at all, because I guess that gap underneath, look, legs still fold up perfectly. So let's see if this thing fits back in here. Yep, see, now that's the way that thing was packaged, just like that. So let's take this part apart. Let's see, give it a little hit down and up. All right, and this comes apart. Oh no, that's what you don't want to have. If this thing gets bent more than 90 degrees, oh wait a minute, it will bend that way. Okay, you just don't want it to bend this way. Now this thing seems to come apart pretty good. Wipe it off a little bit. That is the most warped panel that there is, and it ain't warped bad at all. And I mean, I had this thing glowing red on the inside. So I'm gonna package these together like this, and then I'm gonna put this in the middle. Give it a quick wipe down. Now, like I said, the repackaging is a part of the test. And there we go. All right, let's move the camera over here so I can repackage it in the carrying case. Let's fold this out. Now, let's see. I'm right on time because it's starting to rain. Alright, set this thing right here. Just like that. Fold it over. Let's button the sides up first. Shove it all over a little bit. Alright, now the bottom doesn't seem to button. I may have packaged it wrong. Yeah, that's what it is. These things, this has to be turned this way because that's the way it came packaged. Let's see. And that turns that way. Yeah, you got to repackage it just like it came. Now let's try it. Let's see. That buttons and that buttons. Yeah, it didn't button a minute ago. Let's pick it up and button it. Perfect. Perfect. That thing is ready to go right back onto your snowmobile or your car or your boat or your bicycle trailer in my case. This thing is a winner in my book. An absolute winner. Now, like I said, I am a tester. This isn't available yet. And this is going to be, a Kickstarter's coming up soon. So, comment section here in this video, okay? We need feedback on this. What do you like? What do you don't like? Are you interested? I'm pretty sure Mikhail is going to be involved in the comments on this video because whatever I can't answer, he can answer. But, you know, in my years and years and years of messing around with stoves and grills and fire pits, this thing is a winner. It is awesome. I hope it comes to fruition. I hope it makes the Kickstarter. I hope it makes production. I think this is just, it's awesome. I have nothing bad to say about it. So thank you for watching. And if you're interested in the HearthFire, comment. And so I love being a tester. Thank you, Mikhail. So take it easy, enjoy life, and we shall see you in the next one.